My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be doing the daily challenge for the 25th of December, 2019. Shiny, Vintage, and Midas. Ooh. Have a look at all. Oh, damn. We're even competing at the very start here. Let's immediately get into it then. Lest we not manage to get to that front page. So we have Shiny. Our starting deck is replaced with one copy of every rare card. We also have Vintage. Normal enemies drop relics instead of cards, which is going to make it really difficult to modify this base deck. And Midas, enemies drop 200% more gold, but you can only smith at rest sites. So hitting shops for multiple different reasons is going to be incredibly important for us. Okay. I'm going to take this path with a bunch of normal enemies first. Offering. Ooh, feed is really good if I can manage to get a kill with it. I can, but only by going feed, exhume, feed, same target. Then impervious, I may as well play brutality just so I can try and get to something worthwhile. That'll do. Blood vial and a fairy in a bottle. Lovely. Demon form is way too slow, I think, here. Unfortunately, we can't immolate, feed, exhume, feed, because we don't have the parts we need for that. So, immolate, impervious, brutality, feed. I could still pick up in my next hand exhume. And that would do it. I'm going to double tap Reaper here. Gets me my health back, and then we can feed in the next turn. Exhume, feed, get him. Back in preparation, at the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Lovely. Immolate, feed. Thankfully, we're playing the Ironclad for this one, because otherwise this could have been real rough. Yeah, this hand doesn't work correctly. So 6x7 is short. Right? I lose my exhume as well. Fine. I heal all but 4 of this by the end of the fight. Oh, gosh. I hate that I had to use another attack there. Or rather, the HP loss there. Blue Candle, unplayable curse cards can now be played. Now we get our first shop. Brimstone, at the start of each turn, your turn, gain 2 strength and all enemies gain 1. Yes. I'll take that. I'll take the Battle Trance as well. And there are a lot of cards here that we're never going to play. Like, Barricade is never going to make sense for us to play. So I can't really smith at rest site, so I may as well not go to that rest site. There's nothing I really can do there. Let's double tap Immolate, I think, here. Fine. Fiendfire actually will be enough. Hang on. No, there's no way to do that, right? No way to get that with the feed, right? Because it was 14. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do that. Whetstone up and pick up upgrade 2 random attacks. Another Fiendfire or another Battle Trance. Both of those are really good pickups here. Fiendfire just because I have the extra Brimstone. No, but I don't have extra draw. I don't have enough draw to support like a second Fiendfire, especially if I use 2 of them in the boss fight. I'm just going to lose my deck. I'll take that. Reaper and Immolate. Immolate getting the upgrade there, I'm actually pretty pleased with. Reaper, yeah, take or leave it. Okay. Let's double tap feed. Then offering exhume that feed so that I can get a kill. Just had to make sure that we were able to collect a kill with that one. Reaper and then Immolate. Toy Ornithopter. Whenever you use a potion, heal for 5 HP. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of the combat. Honestly, I don't think we're going to need that. Yeah, I'll go to another shop, I guess. Another Reaper in there. Flash of Steel makes actually a lot of sense as well, but I think I'm looking mostly at the card removal to get something garbage out now. Demon Form has a place in the boss fights. Juggernaut no longer has a place because, like, this deck can't pivot to suddenly be defensive, especially considering Brimstone is here. It just means we will die. Might be Statue. Normal enemies. Potions always appear in card rewards, sorry. Anger the Mushrooms? This is the first opportunity I've had to pick up a curse. The thing is, I'm going to want to prioritize, as a result of Vintage, normal enemies dropping cards instead, relics instead of cards. I'm going to want to prioritize non-question mark spaces, which means I'm not going to have many opportunities to pick up curses, so I'll fight them. Yikes. Impervious Limit Break, I think, is the best I can do there. Sadly, I don't get to use the feed, but whatever. Odd Mushroom, when vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50, as well as a Cultist Potion. Cultist Potion's really slow. Shockwave does apply weakness and vulnerability in an AoE, and that's something I'm currently missing from the deck. I'm going to drop the Regen Potion for the Cultist Potion, just because we have the Fairy in a bottle and the Reaper. I really don't think we're going to need the Regen. Strawberry, raising max HP by 7. There's not enough cards in my deck that Corruption hits. The thing is, I am going to pick up so many relics, and having a single copy of Corruption does mean, like, as soon as I find my dead branch, we're going off. Let me get rid of the Berserk. I understand that Berserk isn't as bad right now because I have the Odd Mushroom, but I don't want things that give me benefit on the next turn often here. Because we're clearly just looking to close out fights as quickly as possible. I mean, I can't double tap Fiendfire. It won't do anything. And if I Fiendfire these out, I actually lose all of the attacks in my entire deck. Double tap Immolate instead then. Sweet. I have to have a couple of attacks in my deck, at least. Ink Bottle, whenever you play 10 cards, draw 1 card, as well as a Snack Oil, draw 5 cards, randomize the cost of your hand. Sounds good to me. Take another copy of Impervious. Like, the ability to just pop up a large amount of block on a single turn is effectively like a like artifact for us, kind of. Not artifact, intangibility. Alright. Just a setup turn then. Feed Immolate. Oddly Smooth Stone, as well as a Skill Potion I definitely don't want there. Deftly avoided many of the rest sites, thankfully. Limit Break Exhume Limit Break is appealing, but I might want to leave that for just a little longer, because that could happen later, and it'd be nice. I could also Bludgeon to put the enemy on the ground right now. Problem is, like, unless I draw Fiendfire in the next hand, I'm probably not going to use that with the Demon. Actually, no, I'm fine with burning the cards in my next hand, I think. Okay. Start with Offering. And Battle Trance. I mean, I could just Impervious and try and, like... You know what? Impervious. Demon Form. Brutality. I'm going to try and only use Fiendfire as my finisher. Ideally. Okay. Battle Trance does find Limit Break. Good. Limit Break, Exhume, Limit Break, Limit Break. With 32 strength, now we're at the point that we might just, like, insta-kill with a different hit. We just want something that's that hits different. So 32 by 7. Unfortunately, the enemy is no longer vulnerable, so it's not going to be, 46. 46 by 7. Is 32 by 7 lethal? Hang on. 50, no. It's not super far off. It's not. Okay. I don't really want to play the Immolate if I can avoid it here, so I'm going to double tap the Reaper. And play a Battle Trance for nothing at the end of the turn, but to increment my ink bottle. Thank you, Extra Impervious, for being here. That's Corruption Impervious. So 51 by the rest of my hand. This is lethal. Unfortunately, I'd take 3 damage on the back of it. Dang. Another copy of Offering makes a lot of sense here. I have the ability to heal up. You can no longer smith at rest sites? Yeah, whatever. I'm fine with that. Definitely need the extra energy and already couldn't smith at rest sites game. Get dunked on. This path out here has 2 shops and 1 elite. Yeah, I can make that work. It's also the only 2 elite paths, so definitely the one I was going to go for. Just double tap the bludgeon for the kill. Self-forming clay. Distilled chaos. Play the top 3 cards of your draw pile. That's really interesting, but it could also screw us. Not sure it's the thing that we want here. Shockwave Impervious. Drop a Limit Break as well. Why not? Because there's a double tap attack in the next hand going for us. Ooh, if we even make it that far, that is. I'll take that Limit Break. Okay. Bludgeon. Fiend. Lovely. Toxic When you got a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Take that relic though. Ooh, enemies in elite combat have 25% less HP. I love that. Okay. Limit Break, Exhume, Limit Break, Limit Break. I actually could have played the Corruption before that, and that actually really would have helped. Oops. Play out the zeros in hand. There we go. We found the Immolate. So it's Immolate and then feed on a single target. Pop Reaper at the end. I just needed to make sure that my feed went off. Like as soon as I had, so 80, we start with 80 HP. So all I need is 110 and then I no longer need to focus on it. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 9 gold as well as a Fear Potion. Fear Potions are useful, but I can't really afford to do that. Third turn? How often do we get to the third turn? I don't think we get to the third turn often. Deep Breath is pre-upgraded, so it's just extra draw for us. So, Secret Weapon is also just get the right card at the right time, frankly. You're taking both of those. Start your third turn, gain 18 block. You know what? Yes. For boss fights in particular, that's going to be very useful. Although now we're about to go to a garbage shop up. Oh, Necronomicon me, please. It's an Anchoridian. That's fine. I'm not going to be sad or mad about it, but I'm definitely going to be both sad and mad about it. That's a Limit Break. Okay. Corruption, Limit Break, Exhume, the Limit Break, play the Limit Break, Secret Weapon to pull. Reaper, actually, and then I'll double tap Reaper. Yeah, it's fine, because that still leaves the Immolate in my next hand, and it heals me. Turnip, you can no longer become frail, as well as Thunderclap. Thunderclap is actually a really good setup because I have the the Reaper and the Immolate. Probably none of these. The closest would be Burning Pact, but I already have a ridiculous amount of draw in this deck. I no longer need it. Matryoshka, the next two non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics. It's probably only ever going to trigger for us once on the next floor in the guaranteed position. Where's this double tap at? None of those look anything like a double tap to me. That said, that'll do for a kill. Nunchaku, every time the attacks you play, gain an extra energy. Does continue to increment between fights, thankfully. Okay, Corruption, Shockwave, Battle Trance. Finding not really what I wanted there. I guess I popped the Impervious. So next hand, ideally, we'll have a double tap as well as the... Oof. Please, game. Well, at least we found Immolate. And Feed. Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain an extra energy. Remove all strikes, obtain 5 bites. I don't want 5 bites in this deck, and I definitely don't want to lower my max HP. Yeah, that will actually weaken our deck. It'll give us a collector's bonus, or it would have. But overall, I think it'd be relatively negative. Okay. I'm gonna Brutality... Double tap Reaper. And Battle Trance as well, just to increment the ink bottle. I don't want to use Fiendfire as my finisher, so I'm going to Deep Breath before I use Secret Weapon here. Yeah, Secret Weapon finds Bludgeon. I'll use Offering, Thunderclap, Bludgeon. Feed's not enough to finish there. Fine. We're on enough HP that I don't really care about the feed usage there anymore. Whirlwind provides us a lot of the AoE that we're desperate for right now. And obviously works perfectly with the fact that we have a strength-based deck already. Okay, Corruption, Shockwave. Let's Thunderclap and then double tap the Immolate. Gives us an extra energy back that we don't even get to use. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you use it, Feed Combat, draw 3 cards. This is all looking pretty damn good. We're going to overdraw with the Offering a lot of the time as a result of all that. I'm going to put Fiendfire in that hand because I don't want it in my next one. And I'm not going to play another card because I want the Ink Bottle to trigger next turn. Corruption, Shockwave, Exhume. Shockwave again. Okay. Offering. No, another Offering. Let's go Impervious Whirlwind now, I think. Sweet. Leaves another Impervious in the deck. The Bronze Automaton isn't attacking this turn, so I basically just get a turn off. And double tap that Whirlwind. Liquid Memories. Choose a card in your discard pile, return it to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Fights don't go long enough for that to be mattering for us. Look, I'll take the other Reaper. I don't necessarily think it's needed, though. Whenever you lose HP, draw 1 card. We do not need that. We already... Ooh, excuse me. We already have enough problems. I'm going to take the Mark of Pain for the extra... No, do I? You know what? No. I take Tiny House. Corruption got upgraded. That's actually a really good hit for it to have gotten. Spot Weakness is also a really good pick up there. I know Pummel was next to it, but we have 2 Reapers in the deck. Ooh. Okay, there's a line here that gets 2 shops early. It misses an elite in order to do so, but this is really important. Really happy to have that shockwave. Weakness. And I'm gonna double tap that feed. It's not really necessary. Red Skull. If you're at a below 50% at the end of combat. Oh, limit break. And then I take a Dolly's Mirror and I double the limit break. It's exactly what we needed in this deck. Extremely glad to have it now. Single copy? Yeah, I'll take a single copy of Bloodletting. We have another shop in 2 spaces time, so we shouldn't just blow up all of our money there. Okay. So let's limit break. Limit break. Exhume the limit break. Offering Shockwave, Thunderclap. And then basically any AoE will do it. Ah, that'll do it. Fossilized Helix, prevent the first time you lose HP each combat, as well as a Fairy in a Bottle I definitely don't need. There's the Dead Branch. I honestly don't know if I want to do it anymore with the Dead Branch. I don't think it's necessary, and I think I end up overfilling my hand a bunch of times, preventing me from doing the draw that I really like. I'm gonna do it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I want to is the thing. But I will definitely do it. Spot, limit. Can't even take that first hit of damage. Let's go offering first. Shockwave just to feed on a target, and then pull out lethal. Bag marbles at the start of combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies? Yep. I'll also take the red mask, apply 1 weak to all enemies at the start of combat. I'll check these. Who's our boss? Time Eater. Dark Shackles can be really good against Time Eater. There's another copy of Blind there. Definitely Enlightenment. Dark Shackles, Blind. Those give me some free cards that I can kind of just run through when I draw them. Demon Form is too much. I don't need it. Perfect. Very happy to remove that. Horncleat at the start of your second turn, gain 14 block. And I have the Anchor, so I have all of them. And Vajra, start each combat with 1 strength. That's actually really helpful for us as well. What with all the limit breaking and such that we're trying to do. Use that limit break before I played the limit break, then this one. Hello, another limit break. How are you today? Okay. $207 in a single hit. Gotta love it. Merchant's card mover 7 always cost 50 gold. Don't need any of those. That was a service. Merchant's card removal service. I just ran over those words. Neat. Pendib, every 10th attack you play deals double damage. I'm going to try and line myself up so that my first attack kills the boss. That would be lovely. Okay, and then limit break. We'll wind them up. And feed to knock them down? No. Ah, hang on. Never mind. Feed to knock him down. Regal Pillow, whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP, as well as another offering. I'll happily take it. Another shop even. Dang. Another offering? Yeah, that gets us a collector's bonus if nothing else. And then there's Heavy Blade and Twin Strike, both really good pickups in terms of providing our damage to the enemies. And you know what? If I take one more card, I get a Encyclopedian bonus, so I'll just take the Sentinel there, despite the fact that I don't really want it. Ah, couldn't have known that I was going to be able to get a card after this fight, so still stand by what I did. Corruption, limit break, exhume, limit break. Dark Shackles, Sentinel, thank you. Sentinel actually does make sense in this deck. I don't know why I was thinking about not taking it now. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. Extremely important for us. And we'll take another Sentinel. Rest here. I unfortunately did not watch the increments of my pen nib along the way, so whoops. My bad. Okay. Let's embrace. It's the first time in ages we haven't had draw in our opening hand. Lower the cost of everything, make you weak and vulnerable continually. Oh, never mind. Dark Embrace has provided the weakness in my opening hand. We're fine. Alright, I need to end up playing 12 cards this turn, clearly. Let's start the first limit break. Then flex, and I don't really care about any of these cards anymore, so Heavy Blade and Fiendfire. Perfect. Now all I need is the rest of my limit breaks. What's up? Spot some weakness. Limit break. $24 incoming, unfortunately, so the Sentinel isn't even going to protect me. Limit break. I'm going to drink the Snecko there. Yeah, that didn't really help us in the way that I was hoping it would. Or did it? Reaper. Feed. It did. As it turns out, it did. 1332. Could have been significantly better if we managed to get... Oh, no, we did get the Beyond Perfect. Wow. I've been laboring under a falsehood that the respond hit actually did prevent the perfect. So never mind. We managed to get our Beyond Perfect. I am pretty dang pleased with that. Ooh, I know that there's only 12 people on the scoreboard and one of them has a score of 5, but it is nice to finally have that top spot. All I had to do is immediately do the episode after the time had ticked over. That was actually quite lucky on my part. This is just the only time I had to record this. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.